Hello YouTube, welcome to another video with Joseph Manifesting. Today's video I'm going to talk about a topic that I get so many questions on. I see so many posts on it on Facebook and Reddit, and that is how to remove a third party. Now I know that this can be kind of triggering to talk about this topic, yet it is something that we need to understand how it was created and how to uncreate it so that we can create the ideal relationship that our heart desires. No introduction or anything today, I'm going straight into the video. The basis behind how a third party was created is that there were some fears, there were some insecurities, you possibly had some childhood trauma, or you had a past relationship where something like this happened. You were unconsciously afraid or feeling like the person you were with was acting a certain way, and then they went and acted a certain way. Now you're in the new relationship, and you may see some similar behaviors, or you may see some similar things said or circumstances, whatever it is, that then triggers the same belief or the same assumption that you had when it was created before. So the way to reverse this is when those things come up, whenever you're having these fears come up, or whenever you're having these, oh, this is what it looked like before happened to me, you want to practice. I have several videos on this, I'll link it in the description, but you want to become aware of the fact that you're the awareness. So what causes us to create is identification with certain thought patterns. A knowing or an assumption creates its equivalent outside of us. And so how we uncreate it is ironically by unidentifying from it. So becoming aware of the fact that there's some programming going in. So if something happened when you were young, you had some past relationship that ended up looking like this, catching yourself in the moment before you identify with it, you're fearing it, you're worrying about it, and go into it. Observe these thought patterns. What I like to do is question these. Is it possible that my assumption is what created this? Is it possible that I wasn't aware enough to know what it was that I was assuming? That assumption then manifested, and that's why that situation happened to me. And if you've been practicing the law for any amount of time, you know that, as I do, that's how everything is created. And so when I work through these things like that, for me, what I'm able to do is, one, disidentify from it. Two, again, acknowledge the fact that I was the cause. And three, choose then to only assume what it is that I want to assume going forward. So that is the basis of how it happened and how to undo it. Now, the best way that I can describe to really put a picture in your mind of how to get rid of the third party is this. You want to remove them from your consciousness. You may be going, Joseph, how the heck do I do that? It's all in my face all the time. Whether it's Facebook notifications, Instagram, whatever it is that people are using nowadays. The first thing I'm going to say is stop using those devices. Stop taking in any type of information that is enforcing this disbelief. Stop looking at failures of the law. Stop looking at naysayers. Stop telling people the story about this. You are continuously all day long, especially when we are in the earlier stages of manifesting. We're not sure what causes us to accept things and create unideal things in our life. So if I'm not conscious when I'm reading something, it's very easy for me to accept that information as possible for me and assume that it's going to be the same for me. And I'll give an example. When I was new to manifesting, I would see all these failures of the law of manifesting SP. And so what I would think is, there's so many people that try and so many people that fail, I'm going to be the same way. That's obviously not what it is that I want to assume. I want to be reading information about people that have created what it is that I want to create. I want to read people that are practicing the law successfully, that know that the law is the only cause, that I am the cause. I want to reinforce myself with this. I want to do mental diets. I want to do things that feed my soul and believe in myself. So back to the original question, how do I handle this now it's all up in my face? From this understanding, our assumptions or our when we have thoughts and there's a knowing associated with them or feeling associated with them, whether it's fighting or whatever it is, fear, this is planting a seed. Everything that we see is a harvest. I want you to look at everything like a tree. The third party is a tree, our SP is a tree, money is a tree, all this stuff is a tree. It's just seeds that we planted unknowingly or knowingly that then manifested in our garden of life. Well, how do you kill a plant in your yard? You neglect it. What is neglect? You stop paying attention to it. You stop watering it. You stop giving it sunlight. You stop thinking about it all the time. This is what kills a tree. Now, if you apply the same thing to a third party, it's the same idea. There is no third party. Don't water it. Don't give it sunlight. Don't give it attention. Don't do your best to try to manifest around the fact that things are going south with them or whatever it is. Just assume the end for you. Plant the seed that you are in a loving relationship with your ideal person and water that. There's this really cool thing I read on bamboo, and I'm going to butcher this a little bit, but just to give you an idea kind of how manifestation is. There's this bamboo tree that, like, you plant the seed and then they water it and daily for like 6 months or a year or something like this. It's a crazy amount of time. Every day they water it, every day they're giving it fertilizer. I don't know about every day, but often sunlight hits it, whatever. They don't see anything for close to like 6 months or something like this. And then all of a sudden, right after about 6 months, all they see is this bamboo shoots up to like 50 feet within like a week. That's pretty much how manifestation works, is that we assume, we water it, we're giving it light, we're giving it life continuously, and then eventually it just poof, pops up on our screen of space. That's much how manifestation is. So when you're removing a third party, you remove your attention, you stop watering it, you stop giving it life, you stop paying attention to it, and you simply focus on the seed that you want, which is a happy relationship with SP, and you continue to water that, and you continue to visualize this. Now let me specify, there's a lot of talk on how often should I do this? Should I do affirmation? Should I do this? Should I do that? I have found the most successful way for me is, one, visualizing continuously. I am visualizing anytime that I think about a subject, if it's money, if it's an SP, if it's whatever it is that I'm desiring to create, anytime a thought comes to my mind, if there's an unideal thought that I have or visualization that I have, I will catch it and I will visualize ideally what I would like. Or I will affirm feeling a heart-centered gratitude that that's the way that it is. And I will do this repeatedly throughout my day. I'll also read my list and feel this list as a knowing that it's true now, even though I may not see anything. And I am doing this continuously throughout my day. And I think that that's what causes such good success for me, is the continuous impressions of my subconscious. Because really what ends up happening is the more that we affirm, or the more that we visualize, the more that we start to accept, or we start to feel like this is actually true. We start to feel actually grateful for this. And that creates the most beautiful thing, which is a faith and a knowing. That faith and knowing usually comes through repetition of doing the same thing over and over and over again, feeling gratitude, love, or feeling a knowing that it is so. Think and Grow Rich has something very similar to this. It Works, the book It Works, shares something similar to this. We want to get to that place where we have the faith or the knowing. Neville calls this the Sabbath. And so we continuously visualize, we continuously affirm, we're continuously feeling the gratitude and accepting that this is now true, knowing that we are the gardener. We are what plants seeds. We are what causes everything in our life to show up in our world. So that is the most important thing, knowing that you're the cause, knowing that you're the God of your experience, that everything that shows up in your life is a result of your seeds that you planted, either knowingly or unknowingly. I hope today's video was helpful, guys. If it was, please do like, subscribe, comment. I love talking with you guys. I'm really grateful to be back. If you're new to the channel, there are many videos on manifesting SP, money manifestations, revision, SATs, really anything you can think of Neville Goddard related. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.